Hi, my name is Carl Shellshite. Welcome to SAT Unscripted. I'd like to share some of my thoughts with you about the SATs and SAT preparation. The topic I'd like to discuss right now is called even does not mean positive. Okay? It's obviously a reference to a math section. An even number is a number like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, blah, blah, blah. A positive number is 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are positive numbers, okay? I think most kids, if asked the question, the difference between an even number and a positive number, could certainly give examples that would reveal that they definitely know the difference between even numbers and positive numbers. Why am I talking about this? Because when kids get to the SATs, inexplicably, they often confuse even with positive. They're doing a problem that talks about consecutive even integers or consecutive positive integers, or a positive number is blah, 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 and they confuse the two. It's really kind of funny. And when I wind up reviewing those wrong answers with students, they just say to themselves, or say to me, I have no idea why I did that. I have no idea why I confused those two things. I definitely know the difference between an even number and a positive number. I just wasn't really thinking. I can't explain it. So what I tell kids in that situation is, listen, I can't tell you how many kids do that. Don't worry about it. But now that we know that you're capable of flipping those two things around, you need to be ultra aware of that. When you get to a problem that has either the word positive or even, you better slow yourself down and make sure you're underlining it or making a mark or doing something that will remind you to get that one right. Okay? And so, listen, there are plenty of other terms that kids confuse. Radius and diameter. Most kids clearly know the difference between the radius of a circle and the diameter of a circle, but you'd be surprised how often they put in radius when they mean diameter or diameter when they meant radius. The other one is the circumference of a circle versus the area of a circle. Can't tell you how many kids wind up using the wrong formula. When they're asked for circumference, they use the area formula and vice versa. And so my point is this, it's not to try to list all of the different ways that most kids or some kids mess up. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the listener aware that it's kind of human nature to confuse things at times. What you don't want to do is confuse things when you're taking an SAT test. And so as you go through your practice, what you need to do is, if you ever mess a problem up because you confused two words, you did even when you meant positive, you meant odd and you did negative or anything like that, you need to really highlight it for yourself. You need to make a note for yourself. You need to kind of drill it in your head somehow. And when you get to a problem that involves either concept, you need to slow yourself down and make sure you get it right. There's no good excuse to miss a question for something like that. And if you, through practice, realize that you're capable of making those kinds of mistakes, the best you can do for yourself is to try to really remind yourself of which ones you've messed up on, refresh your memory shortly before the test, go in and have also practice slowing yourself down for those problems. If you do that, you'll truly find a way to maximize your score.